Hey everybody, what's up? I'm here in beautiful Branson, Missouri. I'm kind of overlooking Branson right there. That's a dirty window. There, that's better for you. Hey, let's just briefly talk about this idea of preaching safe messages. I'm gonna read some negative comments that I got on my latest article. I posted this to Facebook just a little while ago, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull my laptop up here. I'm gonna read these to you. Whenever I post an article, and especially to Charisma, the topics are often a bit polarizing, and people tend to leave some very negative comments. And so this particular article was a cry of my heart. I'm just looking at my laptop here, regarding rejecting Jesus. And I did a video on this yesterday also. Why in the world would anyone reject Jesus? That's kind of the idea, that for the article here. But here's some comments. This is what I get to deal with. Some believers, like this author, come across as demented and utterly clueless. Demented and utterly clueless. Next one. This just comes across as a smug, repulsive gloat with a whitewash of pretended grief. Wow. Very scholarly. I like that. Horrible pride-filled article written as though this guy purchased salvation by his own merits. I didn't. Absolutely terrible. Next one. Unfortunately, there are lots of people in the church who think like the author does here. No, circular reasoning should be the defining symptom of insanity. How about this? Good gravy. This is just flat out foolish. So all non-Christian countries are insane? Would that also mean the billions of people who lived and died before Yeshua was born were also insane? Stupid, just stupid. And the last one here. Actually, it has been proven that mental illness, lower IQ, and closed-mindedness are associated with fundamental religiosity. So those are the comments that I get to deal with, and all you can do is smile, or sometimes it's so grieving because people, they don't get it. The truth is so evident, but they just don't get it. But really what I want to talk about very briefly here is this idea of avoiding topics like this to kind of keep the peace. And listen, I hear about this from pastors all the time. They do not want to deal with the polarizing topics because they don't want people to leave their church. It's as simple as that. They don't want people to get uptight. They don't want people to be bent out of shape. They want people to stay happy. And then the argument is always, well, we're just going to focus on the main things. We'll just focus on the main things, and kind of that's our strategy, and we're going to leave all that other stuff alone. And man, that's not a good idea at all, because here in the end of the age, there are polarizing topics that must be dealt with. There's churches out there, a ton of them, that refuse to teach on eschatology. They don't touch the end times with a 10-foot pole, and they've got this, this little kind of belief that they share. And I'm not pre-trib or post-trib, or the end times doesn't matter, because I just think it's all gonna end up fine in the or it's gonna end up, it's all gonna work out in the end. That's what they say. It's all gonna work out in the end. But it's just it's a bad argument. We need to hear about the end times. We need the polarizing, controversial topics discussed. We can't avoid this stuff. We absolutely can't. And by the way, some of you that think that you're not a pastor or a preacher, listen, what are you putting on Facebook? Are you avoiding the polarizing topics on Facebook because you don't want to deal with the negative comments, and you don't want to deal with, with losing friends or people having opinions or all of that kind of stuff? Man, we got to stop it. We must preach truth now more than ever. We must preach the polarizing topics. We must deal with the end times. We must deal with holiness and sin, and we've got to deal with that. And too many of our sermons today are people just kind of just kind of casually kind of get a little message out there, and however people want to interpret it, that's fine. You know, and man, I'll tell you, I'll preach. I preach on holiness, for example, and I'll have people tell me when I travel and speak that they haven't heard messages like that in 20 or 30 years, and it's just a regular old Bible message. And more than one person has said that several times. I've heard, and I don't know. I just wanted to take a minute, get this out there. Listen, you're gonna have negative comments if you preach the truth. You pastors, you've got, you know, lead your church from a place of biblical truth and core values, and do not avoid the very, very important topics that need to be preached today. Don't be one of these churches that just kind of, you know, the eschatology thing where you just kind of don't deal with it. Don't be one of these churches that you don't deal with holiness. Don't be that. And for those of you that are posting on Facebook, quit avoiding these topics, because the truth sets people free. And if you're hiding the truth because you're afraid that it is going to be polarizing, I'm telling you what, you're setting yourself up for some bad times, because God needs preachers of truth today. Anyway, just a simple one out there. Go to my charisma articles and entertain yourself. Read the negative comments, and every now and then I think it'd be cool if some of my friends would get on charisma, because I don't comment on charisma. I just let my article kind of speak for itself. But it'd be kind of cool if some of my friends would make a habit of just commenting and speaking words of encouragement and supporting truth and all that kind of stuff. And so go to Charisma News, Charisma Magazine, find my articles there, and leave some comments. And don't be afraid to take a strong stand. All right, that's all I got today. I'm gonna go home, and I think I'm going to do a video for my other channel with Amy in just a little bit. So my travel channel. So that's all I got.